In April 2026, an AI security engine called Project Glasswing turned its attention toward the world's critical infrastructure. It uncovered vulnerabilities that had survived 27 years of human audits, generating a backlog so massive that fewer than 1% were ever patched. On an ecological scale, the Great Barrier Reef recorded its worst summer in history. Marine biologists noted that the coral simply lacked the time to recover before the next bleaching event arrived. We have entered the diagnostic moment. This is a civilizational phase where our capacity to perceive problems has outpaced our capacity to address them. Finding the breaks has been solved. Fixing them remains unapproached. This chart maps a world in overwhelm. The rolling waves represent recovery bandwidth. The spiking line represents disruption frequency. Today, the interval between stressors sits entirely below the recovery time. Systems enter a state of chronic partial damage, showing a stair-step degradation of unhealed wounds. The terror of 2026 lies in its quietness. Global overwhelm has become our permanent background noise. The crisis is already structural, normalized, and processing as part of the atmosphere. Our default response to this attrition is brute force. We try to outcompute the chaos, delivering stimuli and data faster than our minds can possibly integrate. Norse mythology describes the gods trying to bind a cosmic wolf with massive iron fetters called lading and dromi. They applied force, and when force failed, they applied more force. Every civilization repeats this pattern, assuming more iron can hold a force of nature. Project Glasswing proved that detection is now a solved problem. We can find vulnerabilities at a rate that overwhelms any possible response. When our ability to see the damage outpaces our ability to repair it, the bottleneck shifts from detection to metabolism. Survival depends on building an absorption architecture, a way to process the reality we've already uncovered. Since we can't fix global systems, we must install 3 local patches to our daily architecture, 3 technologies for remaining capable, even when the world around us does not support it. The first patch is the interval. It is modeled on the god Tyr, who purchased time for the world by placing his hand in the mouth of a cosmic wolf. The wolf was bound by Gleipnir, a chain made from things that don't exist, like the breath of a fish. This is a categorical transcendence. You cannot bind the chaos of the modern world by playing its game. You have to step entirely outside the domain of the input stream, into a space where the wolf has no purchase. This pause comes at an embodied cost. Tyr lost his hand to make the binding legitimate. To create a local interval of clarity, you must pay with whatever you are choosing not to do during that time. The task left unstarted, the notification left unread. Naming this cost makes the purchase honest. The binding delays the ending. It does not prevent it. The wolf will eventually break free, but the interval provides the essential breathing room for the god's story to unfold. Paying the cost for a temporary pause creates a sanctuary of integration. Inside the interval, we can notice what appears when the chaos is temporarily bound. The second patch is the watering. It refers to the 3 Norns who sit at the roots of the world tree, drawing water from the well of the past and mixing it with the clay of the present. We obsess over the glowing network, the projects we want to carve, while neglecting the organic substrate at the bottom. But daily maintenance must precede new plans. As energy moves into the core, the network stabilizes. You water the tree before you carve the runes. Every spectacular act of mythology happens inside this mundane gardening practice. The daily watering is the real work. It sustains the field in which every other drama occurs. The final patch is the mask. Dionysus, the Greek god of ecstasy, was worshipped through the technology of the mask. It functioned as an aperture, a doorway for his arrival. We often view our personas as lies we use to conceal our true selves. In this practice, we reframe the mask as a specific lens designed to channel a particular aspect of daily life. There is a profound gap between being consumed by a role and consciously inhabiting it. In unconscious possession, you have become the role. Inhabited performance requires a witness position. You maintain an internal awareness that you are wearing a specific aperture, watching what moves through it while you perform the role. Consciously putting on and removing these distinct masks allows us to navigate intense pressures. It protects our internal sense of self from being overwritten by the demands of the world. These three technologies form a single daily circuit: purchase the interval, water the substrate, and wear the mask consciously. We are moving past an era defined by the speed of discovery. Modern survival has moved beyond the need for faster AI or more rapid diagnosis of our problems. The new frontier is metabolic capacity. This is the architectural design of a life that can absorb, process, and integrate the realities we have already discovered. The global crisis will continue to generate overwhelm, and the wolf will periodically break free. The diagnostic moment is a permanent feature of our landscape. You do not need an eternity of peace to survive. You only need to purchase the interval. What you do within that purchase time is entirely up to you.